Alright friends, gonna talk about this brand new build for the Demon Hunter. Currently I'm running it with the Bola build. So the trick to this is you have to use your primary skill to stack these momentum charges, and each charge will give you 4 seconds at a maximum duration of 20 seconds, and your primary skill will deal 10% increased damage per second on of the momentum charges. So that's 20 times 10 is 200% damage increase. And then at the same time, the 4-piece bonus is that strafing will automatically shoot your last used primary skill and also give you 60% damage reduction. And while you're strafing, you get 8% increased movement speed for each second of the momentum charges. So what that is 8 times 20, 160% movement speed increase. And then lastly, your primary skill will deal 10,000% increased damage. So with that being said, we got Strife with Drifting Shadow, which gives you 100% normal running speed while strafing. And I'm using Bolas Imminent Doom, which gives you supposedly increase the explosion delay, but it increased the damage by a lot, 148% than normal 110%, with 216% weapon damage instead of just 160. I'm still playing around with all the different runes. So far, let's go ahead and try this bigger explosion just for testing purposes. I got the Wolf Companion to increase my damage by 10%. We got Gloom for shadow power. Is basically the when I'm about to die, I pump this up. The Fan of Knives, which gives a nice 40% additional armor every 6 seconds. Also, Dark Heart gives me another 50% damage reduction along with its numerous buffs. My passive, I don't want to get too much with that because currently they're not really procting, because this is for ice build, and I'll show you guys that later. So going back, we also have the Bastions of Will set, just so that because we're triggering between a resource spender and a resource generator, right? So this is going to give me together a 50% increased damage when I use a resource generating skill, and another 50% damage for resource generating skills, so total 100%. My amulet is just a regular Holocaust amulet, really doesn't matter at the moment. The bracer I use also helped me get some more toughness by 48%. Generator. I'm also using the Captain Crimson set, which give me cooldown reductions, resource cost reductions, increase my damage dealt based on the cooldown reduction percentage I have, and also damage reduced for the same thing too. And currently I have a total of 33% cooldown reduction. Let's see, and I'm also using the wrong legendary gems for this build too, but that's further down the road. I just want to show how funny this set is, really. So ideally, when you do Strife, it will shoot your last generator skill, and here we go. Because this whole set is just buffing the primary skills, and it does deal a lot of damage, and every time you shoot them, you will this is T13 at the moment, and you can see it's just pure chaos. I shouldn't even pick up things anymore just for the purpose of this video, but this, I can't ask for a better map. And the thing is, you have to make sure you press shift and left click so that you can stop and shoot the generator skill manually. This is the only way to generate the momentum charges. Even though strafing will automatically shoot your resource generator, it doesn't count. It will require you to manually shoot it. And same thing with the restraint, the 2 ring buff. You cannot just expect strafing to buff to trigger all the buffs. You actually manually have to trigger it yourself. I'm not even picking up all the orbs. I'm just moving around so fast. I think if I pick up the orbs, I would trigger the Great Rift Guardian already. And then of course you got the seasonal buff, little gimmick. And Rift Guardian is out. Yeah, it gets a little tanky because of all the different distraction. And just like that, we finish the rift. Let's go pick up the rest of the stuff. And doing this is just, we move so much faster. And this is such a good map too. High monster density. Let's see. So with that, I'm gonna switch over to the ice bolas. So the disadvantage of the ice bola is that it doesn't explode for area damage. However, enemy hits do have 50% chance to be frozen. And the thing is, it is a cold skill, and that will trigger the slowness, and slow will trigger the 20% damage for the passive, and also the 25% damage reduction. So it can increase your survivability a lot just by doing this. Let me just clean up my inventory. And also I want to go over the weapon. So this bow, I was lucky to just find it in a while. Bolas have 100% chance of explosion to pull in all enemies within 24 yards. So while the ice bola doesn't explode, it still pull in all enemies within 24 yards. And it also deal increased 134% damage. And then we got the quiver that bolas now explode instantly and deals 160% damage increase. Again, ice bola doesn't explode. However, there is still that delay that when they hit a target, it swings a little bit before it actually does damage to them. So this will also help it a lot. Oh, Cluck Eye. Good to see Cluck Eye again. And some ancient pants. Just gonna put that there and scrap the rest. Alright, so I'm shooting this. The other build is to actually go with it with using Hunger Arrow, which you shoot a bunch of arrows that homes into the target, and it's really funny. It's really great because you really don't have to aim or anything. But I feel like this is just pure damage. There's no crowd control, so that's why I use Bola. Because once you get higher, like in Great Rift 70, you do run into some issues with them actually killing you. So here we go. Get that 20-second charges. And it's just chaos, really, because all the frozen explosion and the vacuuming. Oh, I'm lost. Okay, here we are. Sometimes I don't even know if I'm actually killing things. I'm just moving and moving. I assume that they're dead. That guy's a little too fat. I'm just gonna keep moving forward. Terrible dungeon. Now with the cooldown reduction set, I'm able to basically spam Vengeance heavily with Dawn equipped on my cube. Again, so much crap happening that sometimes don't know if I'm actually successfully killing things. The bar shows I'm making good progress. Oh, I hate these poison things. They just walk into it and die sometimes. Gotta get that resistance, keep the resistance up. And also lifesteal. So if I have the right legendary gems, I have massive amount of lifesteal too, because of the gem that gives you increased primary skill damage, and it gives you lifesteals on primary skill damage. I wish we have room to put in the Aquila's armor, because I noticed my hatred resource is always up at least 90% because of so many resource generating skill that's being propped. So I don't know, I gotta think about that. Like, I'll be sacrificing damage to have that as a passive on my cube or wear it on my armor. Currently, I have the shoulder piece that gives you 25% damage increase and toughness whenever I'm channeling a skill or using Strife, because Strife is considered as channeling skills apparently. Going to the next map. Oh. And again, just it's like ice bending. Don't know what's happening. I'm a little nervous to fight the Griff Guardian because I notice how tanky even some elites are. Again, you gotta do stutter steps just to keep the 20-second charges. You can see on the bottom of my screen the little foot icon with a little feather. That's the momentum charge. It always goes down because each charge is a second and lasts only a second. So if you want max 20 damage, you gotta do stutter step. The health bar is not going fast. Oh boy. I'm just gonna stand far and just shoot this. I don't know which one's the real one. Oh boy. Oh, hot potatoes. There we go. That's it. That's the new set with the Bola build, which is again hilarious. If you farm in lower Rift Guardians, greater Rifts, you just fly through it because of your running speed. Alright, thanks for watching.